So we want to formally welcome each and every one of us to the Celebrating International Women's Day webinar. This is put together by the KCOA project in West Africa, and we are also joined by the project in East Africa. We are super excited to have you here. And it's International Women's Day. We are grateful and glad to all the men that are here in attendance with us. You know, like they say, behind every successful man is a woman. Yes, it's a woman. Also, behind every successful woman is a man. In short, it's number of men. So we are grateful. We are glad. We are excited. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us. So that will be my short welcoming. Our panelists are all in the house. So welcome, moms. They are power women in their own right. So I would hand over to our country coordinator in Nigeria, in person of Dr. Jutsi Obi, to take a short welcome address. Thank you.
I think I will start by saying that I'm overwhelmed by this event. All thanks to Hepzibah. I don't know, she woke up one day and told me that she wants to do a celebration for International Women's Day. I said, it's fantastic because we already had, sorry, I think the excitement makes me to break the protocol. Now I'll start by recognizing the speakers first. Most of them, Dr. Sarah, we are super excited that you are here with all the things you are carrying, and you have come to show the support. Professor Medulu, she is mother in Nigeria, and I know that it happens in West Africa and the whole of Africa. We are grateful that you are here. Thank you for obliging. Then Dr. Irekhore, we are grateful. And I won't call your name, I'll call you Lady Organic because that sounds bigger. And when they say Lady Organic, it means that you have a brand name, not just yourself, but a brand name. So all of you are welcome.
Thank you.
No, I recognize participants from East Africa. There are many of them. I'm even thinking that they have outnumbered those from West Africa. I recognize my friend Francis. I looked for him and I'm seeing him now. You're welcome, Francis. Carrying behind you all representatives from East Africa. Pamela, I can't talk so much about you because you have been wonderful. And it was easy for you to blend with Hepzibah to do this. So I have seen some people from East Africa. I can see my friend Ines. So I appreciate the participation of people from Nigeria, from West Africa. Anna, I have seen you. I've seen you, Anna. I've been talking about you. I have told thank you, Ines. Thank you, Ines, for putting on your video. Now, Anna, I have challenged Alpha that you must come to Nigeria. I am waiting for you. Now we are planning for our AGM that will take place in April, and I am inviting all of you to come and join us. It is hybrid, so you either join physically or virtually. We will share the link, and we're inviting all our friends from around Africa and around the world to join. Now, I've not seen people from GIZ, but I know that they are here in one way or the other, or they are still coming, so I recognize them. This link was shared with iForm too. If they have representative, I welcome them. And I say that it's a great thing to have had today happening. And our women are fantastic. And it looks that they are overcoming us. They are trying to take the leadership in order to provide all the facilities, all the enablement for you to break through. Because these are great women, and I have dealt with almost all of you, both as group or as individuals, and I know your capacities. When I worked with Ines, I was blown away with how she contributed. Then Anna always pushed me when I want to fall. She pushed me, and she always stands by me. Then Dr. Sarah, nobody can say enough about what we have done. Then As we go on, I expect that Francis, or representative of East Africa, and Anna, or representative of West Africa, will talk about KCA. But now I want to talk a little about the Association of Organic Agriculture Practitioners of Nigeria, which I'm the president. It is the umbrella organization for organic agriculture in Africa. We are finding it difficult to break through, but we are working hard because I've noticed that here all the countries, every forces are there trying to push and pull the organic agriculture down, but we are resilient. We'll continue to go on until we break all odds, because what we are doing is to save ourselves from destroying ourselves. We are the one that brought synthetic materials and the things associated with it, and it is fighting back and dealing with us. So no matter the forces fighting against us, we must stand firm, we must stand strong to make sure that we save the world from destroying itself. Thank you very much. I welcome all of us, both the women and men that is standing behind us, and I look forward to a great day. Thank you very much and welcome.
All right, thank you very much, sir. So I think Anna is ready for us now. Anna, you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay, please go ahead.
Okay. Hello, everybody. I don't speak English very well, so I write a very short thing that I will read right now. And I just want to begin and say that I'm very happy to be here. It's a very great event. So I'm Anna. I'm the gender focal point of the KHWA, the West African Hub, and the head of monitoring and evaluation for the hub. And I'm here on behalf of Endapronet, the Senegalese organization coordinating the hub. And I think that everybody here knows the KCOA project, and that this project works to share knowledge about organic farming and agroecology. And the pioneers of agroecology around the world have almost always been women. So they are the ones who look after their families and communities, and who understood early on the importance of producing healthy food that protects our Mother Earth. It's women who have the strength and resilience to change our societies, alongside men, of course, for the peace and well-being of all of us. So about the KCOA, this project pays close attention to the active participation of women in all its activities, to making the most of the knowledge held by women, and to circulating knowledge that is beneficial to women and helps them to make positive change to their situations. I just want to say congratulations to Noan, especially to Epsiba, and Pamela also for organizing this event. And I'm very honored to be here with you, and I look forward to hearing from our great panelists. Thank you very much.
All right, that was beautiful. Thank you very much, Anna. Anna has been very supportive. You know, there was a time there was this explosion in Ibadan. Immediately she saw the news, she just reached out. I hope people are safe. I hope it didn't affect you. That's the kind of person she is. Thank you for being supportive. Thank you. Okay, so Pamela, do we have a representative now? That's
yes,
Mr. Francis,
online.
right?
Francis is online.
So, Mr. Francis, go ahead,
Yes.
sir.
Thank you very much, Hepzibah. Thank you very much, everyone. I want to, first of all, congratulate all of you women on this call. Congratulations upon your day. You do great things in our lives, and we want to thank you for the resilience and the effort you put in to make our lives better. Thank you very much and congratulations. Coming back to a few remarks from me and on behalf of the Eastern Africa Hub, I would like to say it is a pleasure. It's a pleasure to see very able and senior members of the Hub on the call, but also our colleagues from West Africa. Thank you, Jude, for your work, especially in supporting women. Jude, if you recall, last month when we met the FOCO delegate, the farmer from Nigeria, the first thing she told us was that Jude is very supportive and Jude is doing a great job. So thank you, Jude, for the work you do in West Africa. I think the women in West Africa recognize your effort in making sure that they are able to support and grow in their businesses, in their work in agroecology. I also want to say that I'm always humbled by you women of substance, especially my mother, Dr. Olembo. You inspire me a lot because with all that you have accomplished, you're still humble. I read your emails word per word, and I know that you say, I don't take this for granted. And for me, I'm like, he shouldn't be even saying that. She has done it. And in your emails, you're like, I don't take this for granted. Thank you, Dr. Olembo, for that humility. We really appreciate, and many of us learn from you, and you inspire us a lot. The work that you've done for the sector and for the women in the region and in Africa is overwhelmingly evident. And thank you very much. Of course, Professor Nkiru and Dr. Oluyinka, thank you very much for the work you do for this continent. We are very proud of all of you, senior citizens of Africa, for the work and the motivation and inspiration that you give all of us, including the men that are doing the work you do. In the hub, and indeed in the KCOA project, we are very deliberate about women. We prioritize women in our work, in our trainings, in our responsibilities and leadership. Anna will testify. We are always in meetings with Anna and Jized about what we do and how women should be involved and taken care of. And so it is very intentional that in our hubs, we are taking care of women's needs and women's presence in whatever we do. We want to really continue with this kind of spirit. We want to prioritize women, and we want to make sure that women's work and women's efforts are recognized and appreciated. I wrote a message to one of my woman friends today morning, and I said, she lives very far away from us. She's in the United States, but I said, even if it means taking a cup of coffee on your balcony, please do it and celebrate your day. So I want to say to the women here that whatever you think makes you happy, go do it today and celebrate your day. And we thank you for the work you've done for us, and we thank you for the effort you put in. And I want to say that all women who are here, you are doing a great job in our regions, East and West, but also in Africa as a whole. Thank you, Hepzibah, and thank you, Pamela, for the coordination. You're wonderful people. Everything was flowing apart from the registration that was a bit, lengthy, but everything was flowing very well. We see the images are really communicating messages of importance. And I really want to welcome and thank you very much and congratulate you. Thank you very much. And my name is Francis, and I'm the project manager for the Knowledge Hub for Organic Agriculture and Agroecology in Eastern Africa. On my behalf and behalf of the entire team from Eastern Africa, I want to say congratulations, all of you women, and over to you, back to you, Hepzibah, for the next items on the agenda. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Francis. Thank you so much. Pamela, are you ready for us? So we're going into the panel discussion very soon, and I want to encourage us, please invite your friends, let them join in. I also apologize for some people had challenges with coming in. It looked like it was lengthy, so I really apologize for that. We'll continue to improve our processes, and we do not take any of us for granted. So we would have the profile reading of our guests, of our panelists, and after that, we would go into the panel session. But I want to ride on what Mr. Francis said. He talked about telling someone to even take coffee. So we are going to toast. It's so impromptu, but I like the way my brain thinks. So we're going to toast sometimes in this program. Thankfully, I have a bottle of water, so you can look for anything around you. Oh, awesome. So we are going to toast to women. We are going to toast to, you see, oh, awesome. We all have something around us. That's beautiful. So we are going to toast. So please make sure that you stay to the very end. Don't leave. Okay, apart from Mr. Francis, of course. So we're going to toast. We are celebrating ourselves, even if we cannot gather physically. We can thank God for technology. Oh, awesome. I see all of us showing up something. Yeah, that's good. So we're going to toast. And so let's prepare to toast. But before then, let's go into the panel session. So Pamela, can you please go ahead? Take it up from here.
Okay, thank you very much, Hepzibah. And thank you to the speakers that, penned up this session. So I'm going to read a profile of today's speakers. And I'll start with Professor Nkiru. I would appreciate for each profile that I read, I think each speaker can turn on their camera. So Professor Nkiru Teresa Meludu is a former Dean of the Faculty of Agriculture and Head of the Department of Agricultural Economics and Extension at the University of Ibadan. She's a distinguished expert in agriculture extension with a focus on various critical areas, including food and nutrition security, rural development, gender, ecological, organic agriculture, and climate change. Alongside her academic achievements, she's actively engaged in farming and processing herbal teas, turmeric, and orange-fleshed sweet potatoes. With a rich academic background, including a postdoctoral fellowship in Japan and participation in certificate courses on food security, she has received several awards and served as a consultant to various international organizations. Notably, she established the Organic Summer School for Youths and Hosts, the Farmers and Consumer Forum radio program, showcasing her commitment to education and advocacy in organic agriculture. Next is Miss Oluyinka Odukoya, who is affectionately known as Lady Organics. She's a seasoned organic farmer, deeply passionate about livestock. Transitioning from a banking career to the agriculture sector, she has become a prominent voice in Nigeria's agricultural landscape. She holds a number of roles in various organizations such as the Network Organic Agriculture of Nigeria and Women in Agriculture. As the founder of Tiwantiwa Organic Group, Oluyinka aims to showcase locally raised livestock without the use of vaccines and drugs. Her commitment to sustainable agriculture is evident through her representation of no one at international conferences and her advocacy for home gardens to provide fresh produce to families. With expertise in biodiversity and biodynamics, Oluyinka remains an organic optimist, believing in Nigeria's self-sufficiency in agriculture and drawing motivation from cultural heritage to propel future achievements. And then next is Dr. Sarah Olembo. Dr. Sarah Olembo is a distinguished Kenyan agricultural expert with over 30 years of experience, and she has been very instrumental in shaping African agriculture, notably through her leadership roles at the African Union Department of Rural Economy and Agriculture. Her significant contributions include spearheading initiatives such as the AU Decision on Ecological Organic Agriculture Initiative, a project that is implemented at Biovision Africa Trust, emphasizing the importance of organic farming in ensuring food security and empowering women. Dr. Olembo's commitment extends beyond policy making to hands-on mentorship, exemplified by her establishment of the Lukenya Eco program, which is aimed at educating vulnerable groups and young learners on sustainable agricultural practices. And her academic journey, crowned with a PhD in plant pathology, underscores her dedication to excellence, while her advocacy continues to influence the trajectory of African agriculture, emphasizing sustainability, gender equality, and education as cornerstones of future agricultural development. And then lastly, Miss Kemi Titilayo, I hope I pronounced the name right, is a highly experienced principal extension fellow and animal nutritionist at the Agricultural Media Resources and Extension Center. She's also part of the Federal University of Agriculture, and then Abe, and also part of Abe Kuta in Nigeria, with a career spanning over for 22 years. She's currently leading extension and adaptive research programs and focuses on animal nutrition, production, and health, advocating for organic and sustainable agricultural practices to ensure food security, safety, and economic development. As the pioneer and chairperson of the Ogun State chapter of the Association of the Organic Agriculture Practitioners of Nigeria, she champions organic agriculture and youth engagement in farming. Dr. Irekhore's dedication extends to implementing development and research projects promoting sustainable agriculture and healthy lifestyles and innovating antibiotic alternatives for animal production. Thank you. Those are our presenters for today. Back to you, Hepzibah.
Right. Thank you so much. So we're starting now. I'm just going to attempt to pin our speakers so that they are showing on all our screens. Again, I hope we started getting something around. We have to toast to womenhood. Is that the right word? I'm not sure, but we are going to toast. Okay, so we'll have our speakers now. I would pin I'll pin their videos so that we have an array of videos showing at the same time. I hope we're still okay. So let me get in the chat box. Let me get some reactions in the chat box. You can use the emojis. Let me get some reactions so that we're sure that most times we are cooking, we are on Zoom calls. Let's be sure that we have our attention here. Can I get some reactions, please? I'll begin the session. All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So we're starting our panel session just about now. Thank you. I see the reactions. Thank you. Okay. So I'll start with Professor Medulu. To be honest with you, all our panelists, they have like really big bios. I had to beg them that please limit it. I gave them a word limit. Again, we still have to summarize it. So they are women, as they'll say, women of timber and caliber. So we are really excited and grateful for this opportunity that they are sharing with us. So I'll start with Professor Medulu. Your involvement in projects such as Healthy Food for Consumers Initiative and the Organic Summer School for Youth demonstrates a commitment to education and outreach. Could you share some success stories or impactful outcomes from these initiatives?
Yeah, good morning, everyone. All protocols duly and respectfully observed. Sorry for entering late. Just like the coordinator said, I've been in one program. I'm not supposed to be in another one now. So I was just moving from one place to the other. Sorry about that. It's not, it's very, very unlike me. And so, in the process of trying to pin down the profile, you made a little bit mistake, which I want to correct. I was the past dean of Faculty of Agriculture in Nnamdi University, and also a past HOD. But I transferred my service from the University of Ibadan to Nnamdi in order to come down to help my people. And so on my role in Healthy Food for Consumers Initiative with Pepsi as the acronym is huge. This as NGO is an NGO. It started in 2012 just to provide a platform for disseminating information on organic agriculture and healthy food consumption and healthy living. And so we started at that time, and we started with providing information for farmers. The farmers in Oyo State. We covered almost about 4 local governments, which cut across Oyo State, having trained about 200, extension agents on the concept, principles, and standard of organic agriculture. And so they started utilizing the knowledge. At initially before then, they didn't have the knowledge. And so as we were doing it, we felt that um, it is better to also get in touch with the younger ones, train them young, and then they will not depart from it. And by the time we train a child, that child goes back to home, and then probably they have six members of the family. When the child tells them about organic agriculture, you see the multiplier effect that it has gone, to the sixth person in the home. And so with excitement, we organized organic summer school, at the University of Ibadan, where we have farm, poultry farm, and the crop farm. So we teach them only during summer, organic summer school, only during summer. By the time you go to Facebook, you will see some of what we have done. And then if you also go to www.fc.com, you will see some pictorial explanations of what we have done. And since then, we have been training extension agents. In Anambra State, I've trained almost about more than 250 extension agents on healthy food consumption and organic agriculture in particular. Through the Anambra State government in connection with the IFAD value chain. This has been on for the past 4 years now. So we've been doing that. And we are profiling farmers that are into organic agriculture in Anambra State. So we started by going to schools, even before we established the Organic Farmer School. We went to school, about 4 schools in Oyo State, and we taught the students, the concept of organic agriculture in general, and then organic agriculture. And so some schools started immediately producing their crops organically. So every year during planting season, they go into organic agriculture, producing leafy vegetables, and sometimes they invite us or they show us their produce. We were so happy about that. And then the children in organic agriculture, we took them to Songhai Farm, Benin Republic, from Nigeria to Benin Republic. It was so exciting. Some parents followed us, and then we showed them how ecological organic agriculture is practiced in Songhai Farm. They went around the farm and they were so excited, people touching snails, touching maggots, packing maggots to feed the birds. It was really exciting and the children enjoyed it. And so when I came back to Anambra State, I moved on with the training of the students. But then we have some challenges, the challenges of fun, because HEPSI, is sponsoring and sponsor some of those projects. So we've been able to get one school that we trained, and they are now practicing leafy vegetables on organic agriculture. And Music FM, based on my privilege of being in Music, I had to also establish Music FM to enable me to propagate the gospel of organic agriculture, and I've been doing it since then. Thank you very much.
All right, Ma, thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, so moving on, I would like to, okay, so the unique thing about this first set of questions or this first session is that these questions are more questions on what these amazing women or power women are doing in the space in terms of advocacy. They do a lot of things, and just like Professor Medulu has mentioned some of them. So I'll go to Lady Organic now. Lady Organic, Ma, you created the Tiwantiwa Organic Group to promote livestock farming without the use of vaccines and drugs. So first, what motivated you to start this group? And what impact have you seen within your community or the larger organic sector?
Good morning, everybody.
Morning, ma'am.
All protocols duly observed. Actually, we started organic in 2010 as a company, as a farm. We call it DASIO Farms. And apparently DASIO stands for Development, Agriculture, Services, and Youth Heritage. So our emphasis is really on heritage. And along the line, as we all know, the poultry farmers in Nigeria is all about the exotic, mainly broiler chicken for 6 weeks. And the rate of health challenges is becoming so worrisome. That is number one. Then secondly, we're now looking at the feeds and the troubles and the challenges that the farmers are facing in the past 3 years. Mostly the feeds, you use the feeds and these birds are not growing. And sometimes you see that a lot of them will die before maturity of even the 6 weeks, as short as it is. Hence, last year, April, I was in deep thought that, is this how we're going to continue? In those days, there were no exotic animals. There were no exotic birds, and people were feeding. And I looked at my grandmother anytime I visit, then I see so many things that old and how she kept a garden, the goats, the birds, and everything there without using the feed, the normal conventional feed that pay a lot of money for. And at the same time, the challenges come up. Said, okay, what do we do? By June, I spoke with farmers and I said, we can do something. Meanwhile, before then, I went for so many trainings about how to do the BSF, that's the black sugar fly. Okay, what other things can we do? Got production itself, the azola production, aquatic plants for animals. So we started on our farm. And it came in December, that was 2022. We couldn't continue, so we had to close the farm. Said, well, we can't close like this. The heat is there. So what happened? We moved to the home garden. Apparently, we had just maybe a plant at home. So we started. I called some farmers. I put it up on Tiwa. Look at that is our own. That we don't even need to use the conventional feed. So we started on our own as an experimental, and it's working. Some of the animals, let me put them, like garden, that's why I'm seated in the garden. And these are the ones I'll just mention them that we have on ground right now. We have the snail, it's just in a box. We are doing it for the family. If the family, the children are well, the health of everybody will be guaranteed. So we have the snails, we have heritage chicken from different countries that we got. Then we have the dogs, the turkey, and the gepard. And we have the small thing as well. So we're eating, then without the broiler. It's been challenging, it's been very interesting, it's been more educative, and every day we keep learning. And the feed that we give them, we don't even buy feed again. At the beginning of this year, we stopped buying feed for them. We're experimenting on the and other things, and I don't buy drugs, we don't give them vaccine, and they're doing very, very well, exceptionally well, and we're getting results. So that one, we have some farmers.
Okay, I would have to cut you. We'll have to come back to that, ma. So, but yes, I'd have to stop you there, ma. Thank you so much. Now, one thing I just wanted to chip in, we'll be taking Dr. Irekhore next. So we want to keep our sessions. So I'm saying this for our audience. We want to keep our sessions like short short and straight to the point. I mean, so many of us have activities we want to do, and so, but today is our day, so we are celebrating today. We are celebrating in organic agriculture. But one thing I would pick from what Lady Organic has shared and what even Professor Medulu shared is the fact that they saw vacuums, they saw that there was a need and they rose to that need. And also, you know, they didn't just use it for themselves, but they also go ahead, or they've gone ahead to bless other people with that. So up next, I'm taking Dr. Irekhore. Again, this session, the questions we're asking are questions, there are questions around advocacy or their activities and all of that. See, I promise you, all our power women on this panel, they have a lot of experience. Like, they bring a wealth of experience to the table. So I would take Dr. Irekhore Ma. You are okay, sorry. Your involvement in agriculture in school program and the recent launch of the Organic in School program demonstrates a commitment to youth engagement and education in Nigeria, you know, in organic agriculture in Nigeria. How do you envision this program shaping the future of agriculture in Nigeria, especially in promoting organic and sustainable farming practices? So, meaning children that you have taken, I know you do a lot of in-school grooming and advocacy. How do you think that this is going to be of impact in promoting organic agriculture in Nigeria?
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. And I'm happy to be part of this program. Well, let me just go back quickly down memory lane. The Agric in Schools program started with a training on rabbit production for the students of the FUNAB International Secondary School here. When I got to the university as an extension agent, I noticed that, okay, the people that would train adults, old people, old farmers in the village, and things like that. And I was wondering, where are the youths in agriculture? And the Bible tells us, train up a child in the way he should go. And when he grows old, he will not depart from it. Also, there's a Yoruba adage that is translated to mean that a culture or a tradition or practice that you don't expose children to will soon vanish. And so we decided to launch the Agric in Schools program with the training of these children on rabbit production. And over the years, we've been able to train about 8,200 in different aspects of agriculture. And my organic journey began in 2021 precisely, with a training of teams of trainers that I attended. And so I began organic advocacy since then. And so the Organic in Schools program was launched as a collaboration between the Cultural Media Resource and Extension Center of the university and the Association of Organic Agri Practitioners in Nigeria. This was launched to ensure that these youth participate in organic agriculture, because if we continue to propagate the gospel of conventional agriculture, it means the world would continue to get polluted, will continue to eat contaminated food, and then, you know, all sorts of diseases that are so much rampant will continue. So we decided, let's take these children with the correct information about agriculture that will produce healthy food, make healthy farmers, and give us a healthy environment. And that was what, you know, got us to go into Organic in Schools program. And the children that participated in that program, over 150 of them, in September last year, during the International Organic Day, and they were encouraged to go back to their schools, to go back to their homes, to practice organic agriculture. And a number of the schools, we invited about 15 schools then, a number of the schools have started their own school gardens, and even some of the children, they've started encouraging their parents at home to do something. Even part of the children that were trained in Agric in Schools program, so many of them definitely took agriculture as a study at the tertiary level. Some of them are in our universities here because of the past trainings that they have had. And we know that as we continue to encourage the youth the future of agriculture, the future of organic agriculture is sure. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you so much, Ma. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. Okay, so we'll take Dr. Sarah just now. We'll take a question for Dr. Sarah. But after Dr. Sarah, we're going to do something before we go into the next session. So I understand that it's a virtual room. Again, I hope we're enjoying ourselves. Please give me some emojis. Let me be sure that we are getting value. These women are sharing their story. So I will take Dr. Sarah after now. Yes, please give me reactions. Let's get reactions. Are we getting value? Are you enjoying their stories? Because it means that whatever facet that you are in, you have a story to share. So we're going to do something just after Dr. Sarah now. So your work emphasizes the importance of empowering women in agriculture, particularly in policy making. Like I said, we have a different women in different aspects of organic agriculture, particularly in policy making and custodians of farmer safe seed. Could you elaborate on some of the strategies or initiatives you have implemented to ensure that women's voices are heard and their contributions are recognized within the agricultural space?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much, Madam Moderator, and all the speakers that have gone before me. We've learned a lot, we have shared a lot, and yes, this is the space for women. So thank you very much for making this possible for us. I want to appreciate everyone and whatever comments and remarks that have been made regarding each one of us. Without taking too much of the time, because 4 minutes, I know they are not too enough for me, I will just go straight into my flagship projects that I have contributed in this particular space, because you have had my CV, my biodata has been read at the African Union where I started and where actually I still continue on some of the boards, as a member of those committees. And so I started my flagship being the leader of the cluster of farm managed seed systems within the larger African Seed and Biotechnology Program of the African Union Commission. This particular program and the policy did not come easily. We had to fight, and I really did fight alone. Oluwabenga was my colleague. They ran away. Most of the men, I was the only woman there. Imagine, they all ran away and left me alone. So I pushed it on until we were able to get a cluster within the African Seed and Biotechnology Program, which is highly contested, that it is agribusiness and all that, but ours, you know what farm managed seed systems is all about. So that is one of my achievements that I put at the African Union level, at the African continent level, and I must say that we have got a space in which every country is supposed to report on the progress, which means you must implement it in your policies. It must be included in your policies that farm managed seed systems are recognized at the African Union, and therefore all countries have space to continue planting those seeds and reporting at the CADIB level on what progress they have been able to make. Because when you kill indigenous seed systems, it is genocide in itself. Really, it is genocide, especially killing the soils, killing our food systems, killing our health itself, because you know that soil health, the food that we eat, and our own mental health, they are very much interconnected. So when we eat these other foods that are polluted with chemicals that are, produced in the laboratories and not in the farms, you know what we are doing to our own children, especially the future generation. So I want to request you kindly to promote this particular policy in your countries and continue planting them, because at the African Union level, they have been recognized. And so these farm managed seed systems is my flagship, being that it is a policy space that I have opened, and the winners in this are all the women of Africa. Can you congratulate yourselves? This is your program. Can you hear me? Hello? Hey.
Yes,
we can hear you.
Yes, it is your space. So enjoy it, expand it, play in it, and sing songs of celebration. That is yours. And so on the local level and within the Awala program, in which I feature a lot, I've also been able to mentor 2 ladies. One of them is called Sally. We have worked through my mentorship with her, and she has come again, elevated herself into the issues of climate change and environment, and she has already established as a CBO called as an executive director, an African Center for Sustainable Development. I'm a member of that committee. Sally has done well, and she's also a negotiator in climate change, a reporter at that very high level in issues of climate change. She was present at COP28. The second one is Judy. Judy is also an executive director for Vertical Gardens as a response to issues of land ownership, which we shall be concluding with at a later stage, to see how we can fight into that space that women can also be landowners, because you know the advantages that goes with the land ownership. We need to fight for that because issues of land is our next battleground after we have won the war regarding our farmer managed seed systems. So empowering women in agriculture, hence is important as landowners, we'll be able to improve our access to government schemes, subsidies, and various resources. These can only be improved crop yields, but also food security, child nutrition, health and education. If women had the same access to production resources, we do know that yields will increase by 20 to 30% as reported by the FAO. How much time do I still have? Agroecology can play a role in helping rural women develop higher levels of autonomy through knowledge resources, independent access to innovations at various levels, and also as the gatekeepers of household food security at that level. So, are we together?
Much more. Okay, so like I said earlier on, we have all these women from different walks of organic agriculture. We have Dr. Sarah, whose focus is on policy making. She does a lot of work with policy making. We have Dr. Irekhore, who's been empowering people children right from their secondary school. We have Dr. Nkiru, who also does Professor Nkiru, Professor Medulu, who does secondary school and undergraduates, as well as at the larger house. Then we have Lady Organics that does it on the field. So everybody's literally on the field doing one form of advocacy or the other. Just before we go into the next session, I'd like us to do a quick break. So this break, what I'm thinking we should do is, we have this song. So I would want somebody else from another country that would or any other language that does not mind to sing, or you unmute yourself, or spotlight on you, and then you sing a song in your culture that spans around. Sorry, give me 30 seconds. A song that spans around organic agriculture or agriculture. And then we're also going to teach you. So in Nigeria, our mother body is Noan. We have an anthem around organic agriculture. And if I'm correct, Professor Medulu is the one that composed it, and she's here with us. So I'm attempting to spotlight it so that we can all we'll teach us. It's a very simple verse. We'll sing it. Then on the other hand, if we have anyone who wants to share a song maybe a song or a quote in your dialect that's around agriculture, please, we'd love you to signify with raising of your hands. So I'm looking to sharing the screen of our Organic is Life song. But since Prof is here, I think there's no other person that would what we'll do is Prof will sing the first stanza, we will sing the second stanza, and then all of us will sing the last stanza together. It's more than that, but I'm just spotlighting 3 stanzas. So let me share my screen. Please, did we get that? Let me be sure, did we get that? So today, today's event, we are celebrating ourselves, but they say that women are always too serious. So we are deliberately spicing it up with other activities to just make it fun. So I'll share my screen now. You can turn on your videos. Again, this session is being recorded so that people can have access to the replays on YouTube, which will be posted on YouTube. So this is it. I hope we can see it. So Prof, ma, please go ahead, ma.
La 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 la. La, 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 la. Organic is life. Organic is life. Using organic standards, organic is life.
Okay,
Organic
so
is
everybody now, please unmute yourself and let
organic,
us want to go.
organic
Organic is life.
Organic
Organic is life. Using organic
That
standards,
is organic
organic
is life.
is life.
Okay, now we're taking the third stanza together. 1, 2, go. Organic
Organic is
Is
life.
life.
Organic is
is
life.
life.
For healthy farmer.
Organic
Is
is
life.
life.
How did
Okay, so
mommy see that?
I hope we got that. We can take a screenshot. So I will come back to showing. Oh, I was even showing. I didn't know. Okay, so I hope we got that. I know that our network, so different verses. Some of us are in the beginning, some of us are in the middle, but that's the essence. So can we have one person? I think I'll put Dr. Irekhore on the spot. Sing an organic song for us in Yoruba. The one you used to share with your students. Sing one of them for us, please, and let's learn. Please, can we have somebody else from East Africa? We want to learn. It's cross-cultural. Someone else from East Africa. Remember, it's our program, but it's not our regular, serious webinar. So we're just trying to spice it up a little bit. So, Dr. Irekhore, I put you on the spotlight, man. Please sing a song for us. Or teach us a song. Ahead, man.
It says, Iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ àláfíà yìí ti gbogbo wa ni. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ ṣe é. Torí kò sóhun mìíràn tí a lè ṣe. Kàlàáfíà jọba. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sowọ́pọ̀ ká fìmọ̀ ṣọ̀kan. Gbé Kemi gbé, which is saying that the organic agriculture program is all our work. It's for us all. Let us join hands together so that we can make it work. Thank you. Torí kò sóhun mìíràn tí a lè ṣe. Kàlàáfíà jọba. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sowọ́pọ̀ ká fìmọ̀ ṣọ̀kan.
Yeah, let's
Gbé Kemi gbé.
Kemi gbé.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. So while we're waiting for our colleagues at East Africa, thank you very much, ma'am. We will take them. We will take them during the next session. So you can please signify, and we'll give you a slot to do that. Okay, so let's go to our next round of the session. So I'll start from Dr. Irekhore. Coincidentally, we're starting with Dr. Irekhore. Ma, you are a pioneer and the current chairperson.
Hepzibah, please,
Yes,
I want you to put Rosanna on the spot to sing for us after the next round. Rosanna, you must be on the spot.
Okay, sir. So, I mean, that gives you time to prepare, ma'am. Okay, so let's go on this next session now. We'll start with Dr. Irekhore. You are the pioneer and current chairperson of the Ogun State chapter of the Association of Organic Agriculture Practitioners of Nigeria. What inspired you to be part of or to be the pioneer? What inspired you to establish this chapter, and what role does it play in promoting organic agriculture within the state? I know you're not the... Okay, so please answer and correct any part I did not coin well there. Please go ahead, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me just use this opportunity to appreciate.
All right.
Let me use this opportunity to appreciate my mentors, my fathers in the organic space. My coming into the organic program started with the Totot I attended, actually. How did I get to know about the Totot? The IFOAM call was sent to me through Professor Agbe. And since I, attended the training and got into the program, my story has changed. And people around me now, they say it's as if I have a covenant with the organic people. That's what they say. And why that? Because I'm such a person that initially, I did not like the use of chemicals and things, but, because that's the convention, that's what we see around. But when I learned about organic agriculture, I said, oh, this is for me. This is, my passion, and I've been in it. So, coming back from the training, Professor Olowe, my mentor also, he was part of getting me to go for the training also, and he encouraged us to start a chapter within the state because he had been the national president of the NOAN, and then being from Ogun State, he was not able to get the chapter together. So after he's leaving the presidential seat of association, he brought people together, and then we started to put the chapter together. The chapter got chartered last year, May specifically, and Professor Lowe has been the backbone encouraging us, to do this and to do more. And what the chapter has been doing, we have been having membership drive from about members now, and then we encourage both adults. Apart from the membership drive, we have been promoting the Knowledge Center for Organic Agric projects in Ogun State, and we have been using that to build the capacity of value chain actors within the state in terms of production, in terms of processing, in terms of marketing, linkage to inputs, linkage to markets and things. So we have been doing a lot of that, and we have been training farmers on organic agriculture, more so because I am an extension agent, and I've been involved in training farmers in the use of the conventional way of production, the use of synthetic chemicals, herbicides, pesticides, fertilizers, and things. And I thought to myself, the thing that we did, we have to undo it to get them back on track to do the right thing so that we can have healthy farmers, healthy consumers, healthy environment for the good of all. Thank you very much.
Right, Ma, thank you very much. So I'd go to Dr. Sarah now. Dr. Sarah, you have a lot of mentorship that you're doing, and currently your mentorship effort expands to Irekhore program, where you aim to catch them young by mentoring primary school pupils and vulnerable groups in sustainable agricultural practices. What inspired you to start this initiative, and what impact have you observed so far?
So sorry. So I'm saying that the first step into the thought of establishing the Irekhore technologies was because of the differences in age, that the ones who are in production now and the ones that are yet to come, our grandchildren, our children and grandchildren, and the future generation, it is so huge. And when you see the loss, not just biodiversity, but even these children don't speak vernacular, they don't know these foods that we eat, they cannot describe them, they cannot identify with them, the cooking methods they don't know. The ladies have gone into pleasing themselves and they are no longer working in the farms. And so even farm itself is not an attractive area where they need to go. And so I thought that having mentored these two ladies that I projected in my earlier submission, we needed to start in calculating these matters in our children at a very, very early stage. The word of God tells us that we start young, we teach them young, and they will not go far away from it. And so Irekhore is designed to as an incubator training place, which brings in the vulnerable, the less privileged, and the orphans, and all those people that policy tends to leave out. Can you still hear me? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, policy is very, very far from these people because they are at the receiving end. A lot of them live from donations, handouts, and they have no right to food. They cannot choose. What you give them is what they accept. That is what they eat. And that denies them of their human rights because they must access these foods in the same way that you and me do. When you look at the issues of water resources and climate change, water needs to be managed. Water needs to be conserved and used, judiciously so that we can be able to do our household chores. You look at the soil health, it is so polluted with the chemicals and pesticides. And as I said earlier, there is a very close linkage between the soils, the food that we consume, and the mental health. Why there is a bizarre and going madness is because of the food that our children are eating now. It's not cooked at home. They buy from the shops. these fast foods, they are laced with chemicals and other bad, things that are mixed in there. They are bred in the laboratory. And so some children don't even know that food comes from the chamber. It comes from the farm, and you grow them, you harvest and eat. They don't know. In fact, I was in Nigeria where a child answered a question in high school and said that milk comes from teens, not from the cow. Yes, I was in Nigeria that time, and I saw that was something, it comes from teens. So they don't know, they have never seen a cow. And so here we have designed our Kenya Echo in a way that responds to the needs, the gap that we see in knowledge towards these young people. We have a farm that has got various techniques that we have put, technologies that we have put in there. We have got vertical farms that grow spices. We have got raised beds that, house various, vegetables and cereals, including the lost millet. We have got sunken beds that you can grow in 5 to 9 seeds of different kinds and still be able to harvest because it is mulched and the soil is rich. No, 4 minutes are not gone.
Okay,
we have got chickens, and the interesting thing is that I've compared the improved varieties to the local varieties. You should see the difference. The improved seeds are demanding vaccines. The doctor has to visit. I'm spending a lot of money doing that. But the range ones, they are very happy reproducing themselves, no effort. And so that is why we need that this education must be put into our children at a very early age. And when you catch them young, they will never go from it. So that is all about Kenya Echo. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ma.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you,
yes.
Ma. Okay, so one thing again that we've noticed, but I hope we are learning, I hope we are taking notes. This amazing power women have seen a vacuum, they've seen a space, and they are occupying it. They are also advocating for it. I always tell people, I tell them that if you have a good product, you have to market it, because those that do not have good products, they are marketing it and making so much noise about it. And it's not just a Nigerian problem. It has become an African problem. The average Nigerian youth cannot even speak, or African youth cannot even speak their native language. Imagine someone saying
Erosion
that
of everything.
milk comes from tin. It beats my
Teens.
imagination. But I hope we're seeing that these problems really exist, and I hope that this our panelists are inspiring all our participants to take action. Be involved in advocacy. That thing you have to let it shine. Before Kema, your leadership roles in organizations like IFAM and your involvement in national and international organic agriculture initiatives are commendable. If you don't know, Professor Meludu is an emeritus professor. I think that's what they are called, yes, because she has done an inaugural lecture. Not yet emeritus. Okay, but until you retire, but she has done her inaugural lecture. And if what I know that once you have done inaugural lecture, you have gotten to there's no other qualification again, So she's had a lot of leadership roles, and we're really delighted to have you here, Ma. So, Ma, how do you see the future? And again, I want to say that age is not an excuse for everyone on this call. Dr. Sarah, Professor Meludu, they are young at heart and still working, so we don't have any excuse. All those time that we used to waste, we need to put it. There's work to be done. The field is green. We need to start harvesting and doing more for advocacy. So, Ma, how do you see the future of organic agriculture in Nigeria and Africa? And what roles? We don't want it to retire anytime soon. So what roles do you envision yourself in advancing the agenda?
Yeah, very interesting. Well, I'm not an official of IFAM, but I've had the privilege to attend IFAM about 3 times in 3 different countries in the world. When I came back, I shared the knowledge and I shared the information, the link to be an IFAM member, because it's an international organization. So, and also advise people to do so. So sharing the link, for that is the leadership role. And I've paid my, annual due up to date. Glory be to God. So, Nigeria and Africa hold an immense potential for enhancement of organic agriculture in the world, and because of the fact that organic agriculture is highly demanded in the world and in Africa, in Nigeria also. And so if we go into organic production, we will have where to sell our products. You know, it is important for us to be able to understand that so that we fasten our seatbelt and move up, and take that challenge of going organically. Because organic is healthy. People are looking for healthy food. People don't want to die. There are so many diseases people have mentioned going on in the world. By the time you go to the doctor, they carry out tests and they will not be able to diagnose. Food, what you eat, what enters into your system is what will tell of you, is what will tell of the whole system. And so we need to be very careful with what enters into our system. So we have a very good potential in Africa. There is market creation, and then we have a sustainable food for people to eat. The environment is so favorable because our environment is not polluted. African environment, Nigerian environment is not polluted. And that's why they are demanding to get food from Africa. They're demanding to get food from us. And so we need to take it and do it very well. Get income, huge income, high premium in organic agriculture that will empower women in particular. So organic agriculture is not gender biased at all. So, and there are so many women into it. Then it's good for our environment. It will make our environment healthy, our biodiversity, our water, our soil very healthy. Although there are some challenges which we also need to know so that we can work, to prevent that challenges. Now we still have limited information. There are many people to train who have not covered ground in our country, Nigeria, in Africa. We have not. We need to speed it up. What it will take us to do that, we do it. It's very, very important. Then the cost of certification, even common PGS certification, is high. It's high in Nigeria. And the percentage of small scale farmers are high, and so we need to look into that certification cost to see how we can help the farmers so that it will not hinder the small scale farmers. And then building a strong distribution, network. Whatever we produce, we'll be sure that it's going directly to where they need it so that it will not fall in the road or get contaminated on the road. So we need to also know that there is high competition between conventional and organic agriculture. People want to produce more, without, looking at what happens afterwards. When you put organic vegetables and inorganic vegetables, you see the duration, the shelf life is so short for conventional than the organic one. So we need to look into that. And my role and our role as organic professionals is to disseminate information. We need to disseminate information, to every nook and cranny of Africa. And then and our country, we need to also go into market information for them to know exactly what the international world is looking for, and we go for it. Then we get connected to the stakeholders, people that can help us. I'm going to talk in export promotion for women today. When I finish, they're already there waiting for me. So we need to connect them to export, show them the different ways, the NGOs and other farmers, and then we need to have data. There's need for data. Teach them how to document, how to keep record. The farmers need that. So my recommendation for us, as we celebrate this Women's Day, is that we have to organize ourselves. We have to support these organizations. There is need for us to have policies, good policies for organic agriculture in our countries, and let it be firm, recorded, documented, and should be followed. And then advocacy. We talk about it. Education. Educate the consumers. So the consumers will disturb the farmers. Some consumers can also go into, the production. And so we have some arms that will help us. The EOA will help us. The KCOE will help us. KCOE is penetrating into the universities now. In my university, they have accepted that KCOE should come and establish a corner for resources, for information, And I use the Unity Organic, Unity Go Organic. We have it. My team. We use it to also train people, train students, And then we need to provide seed, organic seeds. They are not available. So if you can't provide organic seeds, so what are they going to, start with? Is very, very important. And then which other one? So my advice is that let us work together to cultivate a thriving organic agriculture sector in Nigeria, in Africa, that will move the world. That is my, recommendation. Thank you very much.
Lady Organic, ma. Do we have, okay, all right, ma. I like the fact that Lady Organic is even in the garden. So she's in the garden with us today and we're seeing her live from there. So ma, your emphasis on home gardening. So she's big on home gardening. So that means no matter how small, everybody should farm from their homes, have something in their house that is sustainable. You mean you want small vegetables? Can you just pick something from your garden? And it's not so hard to do, right? So your emphasis and advocacy for home gardens to provide immediate access to clean vegetables and fruits is commendable. How do you encourage more households to adopt home gardening processes, especially in urban areas where spaces may be limited?
Thank you very much. Actually, Professor Medulu has spoken so much about it, and the same goes to Dr. Sarah as well. So I wouldn't want to emphasize so much on that. But the key thing is there's so much challenges around us. It's been about a year now. I've been saying it. I put it on my status. Grow something. Grow edibles. Grow your edible vegetables. The easy ones that you use at home, in the kitchen, and things like that. It's really a challenge in the sense that majority of the homeowners interlock their compounds.
Okay, so in the meantime, can we just do a quick break? We're still staying here. Please don't go offline. No. The quick break is we'll have Rosina. Yes, she's to teach us a song. I don't know what language, but please take the floor and share. Please take the floor and share something with us. Yes, a song, a quote. Dr. Jude already put you on the spot, so I'm just being an obedient person. So, are you still on the call, ma'am? Are you still on the call?
Here, I can see her, except she left her seat to go away.
Oh, okay.
Rosina, you are on the
Where
spot.
do you find her?
Put on your video and audio and let us see you and let us hear you sing from East Africa.
Please come up again. Do you want us to do a song from East Africa? Hepzibah, you muted.
Sorry, I said, oh, it's Rat.
Probably she's not on seat. You may go on and
okay, is Ratemo here?
Yes, I think she is. Okay.
So Ratemo, can you stand in for Rosina?
Did you want us to sing a song? Sorry, it's the network.
Did you say it was this little light of mine? This little light of mine? Was that the one you wanted to sing?
No, I have a song. Okay, maybe
Thank you,
if it's
Rosina.
a song from East Africa, we can sing one which I've made for myself. Okay, yeah. So kilimo hai, chakula bora, chakula tamu, chakula afya, chakula mazingira bora, kilimo hai.
Well, that's good. That's good. Although would have loved you to interpret it, but that's a good one.
Yeah, maybe I
Chakula.
can interpret it.
Yes, please interpret.
Kilimo Hai is organic food.
Oh, okay.
It's organic, and it's what we use in East Africa as a trademark for certified organic foods. And the song is just saying that it's good food. It's a very tasty food. It's also very healthy food, and also contributes to healthy environments. Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. Kilimo chai chakula. Did I get it?
Kilimo Hai. I'll put it in the chat.
Oh, okay, awesome. So we'll try and pick that. Okay. Can I come as a leader in agroecology? So I'm starting with with Professor Medulu now. As a farmer and processor of herbal green teas, turmeric powders, and orange fleshed sweet potatoes, how do you integrate principles of and what benefits have you observed? Then just ma'am, I'm okay, just in about 3 to 4 minutes. You can also share your story and how using the herbal teas have greatly improved, or the benefits you have gotten from using the herbal teas.
Okay, thank you very much. I've almost said thank you very much for this privilege again. The herbal tea has a success story, that followed it. There was, I'll tell you about the ingredients and other things about organic food. Let me give you a story. Somebody was sick and with cough, and the person went to the hospital and they checked the chest, they checked the sputum. There was nothing, X-ray, nothing. But the person was seriously coughing. So I had to advise the person that God saved us during COVID. And there are some local, ingredients that people use ordinarily in culinary, in cooking. What if we make it into tea, where people will be taking it more often? Because some people don't even use it. And then you see what will happen. I believe this person has taken several antibiotics and other drugs, So the person started, I made the tea, and the person started taking it, with the local ingredients. And then after 3 months, after 1 week, she told me that it was getting better. And then within 3 weeks, the thing was subsided. The person had nodes inside the throat. You know what nodes? Two bulging, what do you call it? Something like a boy, bulging inside the throat, and then swollen very well, and with the cough. So the person was, stressed up. So by the time he took it for 3 months, the thing started reducing. And by 9 months, the thing has reduced completely, So we thought that this thing really works. And so we need to share with people, and some of these ingredients are local ingredients like turmeric, like ginger, like cloves, bitter leaf, scent leaf, we know those ones, but they are good. We use them ordinarily. So let's get a bit of this and then mix together for this, and put in tea forms, and that was what we did. And people that have taken it, have also acknowledged that it's very good. It releases, cleanses the goiter, it relaxes the stomach, and it relaxes them. There are two types. One, the basic ingredient is the what they call it, the bitter leaf and scent leaf. Then the other one is hibiscus sagarifa, ginger and cloves. And so we put it into tea. And it has gone for several what they call it, exhibitions, and people bought and they certify that it's food. So organically, we try to process it in a very conducive atmosphere. We start make sure that there's no insecticide or whatnot around. So I try to go to, not all of them I can testify, but few of them. So I'm working towards it to be sure that all of them I know the source. So like the bitter leaf and then the scent leaf, I know the source. They are producing organically. The only thing they use is the compost. which is organic too, it helps the soil to do very well. So we have packaged this in a form that is attractive, in a form that, sorry, I forgot to bring it. So I dropped it inside the room for the exhibition too. Well, on Monday, I'm taking it to Abuja for the exhibition organized by the federal government of Nigeria that will last for 1 week. So it is very good. So I won't say perfect organic until I see that I know the sources of those, all of them. I'll say it's organic. So what I'm saying next is that we should also look into some of our local foods that are very healthy and start producing them organically. I told some people, if you produce organically, I will take all your produce. I will take all. I'm looking for those and I started profiling those that are going into organic production. Some of the ingredients used. So I think that's what I can say about that. And because organic agriculture is very good, it's environmentally environment friendly. It helps to reduce climate change or climate variation effects. By the time you use composting and cover crop, it will help to give the soil, make the soil to be healthy, and then it boosts biodiversity where the have wide range of variety of plants and beneficial insects in the field. So we really need to look at it very critically to be able to, and many other things, to be able to move on with organic agriculture, to take organic agriculture, broadcast, disseminate information, and then if we need training, we learn every day. We can also look for where to get better knowledge and then do the certification. Thank you very much. I'm sorry I can't say, but I'll be with you people, but I may not be able to talk so that I know what is going on in the other place. They're supposed to start 10, but now it's after 11. So I don't want to lose people. I'm sorry. Organic is life. Organic is life. Organic is life. Enjoy your day. Thank you very much, my president and every other person. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Organic is life. All right, ma. Thank you, ma. So that I'll spotlight Dr. Sarah now. Again, like I said, okay, the organic is here, but just give us some time. I'll come to you. So, Dr. Sarah, ma, as a leader in agroecology, and organic agriculture, what advice would you give to aspiring women farmers or organic agricultural researchers who are passionate about sustainable and regenerative farming practices? I want you to share a bit of your story, because I recall that during the dry run, you mentioned that they wanted to shut me up, but I did not allow them. So now, every time, she said she was talking about when she was, getting involved in policy. She's talking about when she was getting involved in policy making. Yeah, so I'd like you to share one or two of your stories so that people will be inspired that it's okay if you're advocating for this and people are not paying attention. As long as you're sure of what you're doing and you stay consistent, you're going to have the result. So, Ma, please share with us your experience in advocating for organic agriculture.
Okay, so I'll go to the last question then, which is as a leader, it hasn't been easy. I tell you, it hasn't been easy. What I can say is that it takes a strong mind and a strong effort, energy to do that. What I can inspire my fellow ladies, the ones that are coming after us, is that no matter how young our children are, they are watching us closely. They are watching our footsteps closely. Let's ensure that we walk the walk, reading and navigating carefully, picking good examples for our future generations, and running the race of faith while leaving footprints, legacies, and trailblazers, and tokens that speak to our faithfulness. And quoting from Wangari Maathai, as I quoted last time in my story, she's a Nobel Prize winner of 2004 for her contribution to sustainable development. She said that you cannot enslave a mind that knows and understands itself. That is my beginning. I want also to quote from a Ghanaian author, Ama Ata Aidu, who addresses essential themes of gender and social injustice. And Ama Aidu, she died recently, sheds light on women's inequalities and injustices in a patriarchal society, but focuses on gender discrimination, societal norms, and expectations. A recurring theme in Aidu's work is human resilience, demonstrated by how characters overcame adversity and find strength against difficult circumstances. Those are my inspirations. And also I'm inspired from the word of God, which says, commit your way to the Lord and you will sustain your paths. Isaac Newton also said, if I have sinned further than others, it is by standing upon the shoulders of giants. Indeed, the number of people on whose shoulders I stand are a whole world. I dedicated the song, Stand By Me, to them. Some of them are in this room: Rosina, Benya, Pelam, the Isfa, Nancy, and Rosina and her colleague, our visibility person. She's in there anyway. And ISFA also is an intersectorial program for agroecology. Nancy Rapando, I've mentioned Venta, I've mentioned those. These people are the ones who pulled me out of the mud and also made me to be present here. And so what I'll encourage our young ladies is that you need people that can speak positively in your life. And also your own characteristics and values are very, very important in engaging, because if they don't speak well of you, if they don't include you, I mentioned in my story to Professor Tewol, whom we lost very recently, he was the one who came when they had a program and they needed an inroad into the African Union. And it's through him and me that we put the first agroecology conference that led to the decision that we are speaking about, that I led, that is enabling us to do this agroecology that we are talking about. And so, yes, you need God, you need people, you need a supporting family, you need values, that cause you to be resilient in the same way that we are encouraging resilience in our agroecosystems. We need that resilience in us so that we can be able to navigate, the areas where we operate, because even issues of, qualifications, because when you are more qualified than the male people that are in your circle, that is the most difficult, because I want to say that it was not easy pushing through that particular period of my life, which I do not want to speak about now. But yes, with God and all these areas that I've said, you must bear. It was possible through God and a very supportive family that was behind me. And my children at large, they supported me a lot, and they still, and I'm sure some of them are listening to this. So my children, wherever you are, I give you a bravo, that you've done this, and I do not want you to pass through the difficulties that I went through to get here. So in the battle, our next battlefront I had put, apart from the seeds that we are now able to use, because I said that the farmer managed seed systems has elevated us, because there have been battles. People who are being fined to pay $1 million shillings or $5,000 if they were found planting those farm managed seeds. So the policy that we have delivered has freed us from that. The whole continent and anybody else that wants to use their seeds can use them, although we are still battling with the question of sharing. Then the second encouragement that I will say is that we have been recognized seriously at the level of the international level, particularly in the CBD, you know what is CBD, eh? The Convention of Biological Diversity, which has recognized that women are actually the backbone of biodiversity. And since we already have that, we can be able to lobby through them to be able to get space, especially in the area of land acquisition, because if you don't have land, you cannot access government support easily, especially financing of activities that we do and getting subsidies. Although subsidies, we are running away from them, but we must be able to lobby this other factor that is a production factor for women, and women do not have them. So I must say that also as a new, it is Isaac Newton, I've quoted that one, that if I've seen far, it is because I'm standing on the shoulders of very many giants. And I mentioned, of course, I do, that human resilience is very important. How your character behaves, your behavior, it will demonstrate how you'll be able to fight adversity and find strength against circumstances that may actually challenge you. So if there is any direct question that you need me to answer, you need to raise it, because I cannot go through my life story in a minute. It's a long one, and it requires time. I know I've been asked to write a book. Yes, when I write a book, I'll be able to write. But I want to summarize with something that was said, which I've posted to all of us there. A pastor, in fact, who wrote this, how women, we are the ones that really own the world. We are the ones who nurture. We are the ones who give birth. And Christ himself referred to that when he said that the pain that he was going through to create Christianity was like the pain of a woman giving birth. Imagine that. I asked a question and they said, how did the men feel about that Christ statement? You must be able to endure that pain in order to be able to give birth to new life, because it's all what we need for the world is contained in women. I think that's my take on that. So if there's a question, I'm able to answer.
All right, ma, that was, in fact, I didn't stop you this time around.
Why did you listen?
In fact, I was taking notes. I would, I think we more people need to hear the stories so that we can, people say you don't envy people's glory without knowing their story. But in their story, you would pick the principles that you can learn from and can also help you to better. So we'd love to invite you. We'd work on the modalities and then we'd invite you just to come and address us at the webinar and just share your story. That way you have a long time, and I promise you I will not stop you. At least you have like 1 hour, 45 minutes. You have like 1 hour, 45 minutes. Okay, can I get confirmation? Is the organic back here? Okay, while we're waiting for her to respond, I hope we have our glasses, our water. We are going to toast to womenhood. Yes, okay, ma. I'll take Lady Organic now. Then from there, we'll take Dr. Irekhore, and then we'll go back to Lady Organic. So, ma, do you want me to take your question again? I hope we are learning. Please put reactions in the chat box. Give confirmation. Yeah. Let's know that we are getting value. Put reactions in the chat box. So let's celebrate our women. We are celebrating women in organic agriculture. Someone was saying that oftentimes a woman has to work 2 times a man to achieve what a man would achieve in the workplace. And I think that's actually true when you look at it in terms of women pioneering or taking the front with organic agriculture. So Lady Organic, please go ahead, ma'am.
Actually, we were on that question that the urban cities, how can they grow their food? I think we have to be intentional about what we eat, if indeed we love ourselves, because it's so sad these days that you see men who had worked assiduously, the time for them to rest, the next thing is they are sick, they are this, and they spend all the money that they had acquired when they were young on diseases, and the last thing is they're gone. So it's very worrisome, and that was why we started this, and we try to call it the inspiration for family security or food security and wellness, where you can make your food and where you can make your medicine. Your medicine in terms of all the herbs. Like this morning, I had to brew about 7 leaves for my tea. And that's what I'm going to clinch when we're going to do it. So it's really intentional thing. We have to be intentional. And if your house is cemented, there's nothing stopping you from using the pots. Use the pots, use containers. It doesn't cost us anything. You grow your vegetables, you grow your herbs, you grow your pepper and the rest of it. But we just encourage us as much as possible to do that for our families and for the younger generations coming, so that they will learn something as they grow. That's so we can grow our food, we can make our medicine, we can do this. And for healthy life, as we have said, organic is life. Everything we need in nature has been given to us by God. Sincerely, it has been given. Tested and trusted and confirmed. That is it. So we can do better for ourselves, for our health, for our ecosystem, for our families, and for the next generation. We can grow it. We can do it. And for Nigerians, I keep on saying it, Nigeria is a blessed nation. There's nothing you put in the soil that will not grow. I'm telling you, nothing. Bring it from any part of the world. Just give it the good agricultural practices and you see abundance. Abundance is everywhere. So we have to be intentional about growing what we eat, growing our edibles. We're not saying be a farmer. That is my slogan now. Don't be a farmer. We are not forcing you to be a farmer, but grow something edible. Grow something good. Grow your fruits if it is possible, if you have the land. Grow your herbs if it is possible. Grow your vegetables. It is very, very essential. It bonds the family. It brings joy. It brings happiness. Don't be a farmer. Just grow something edible. Grow something you love. I'm not saying don't grow plants, because so many people had accused me. Hey, what about flowers? They are good. I'm not saying they are not good. It's optional. Like now, I fall in love with hibiscus. Yes, I'm having collections of different colors of hibiscus. I will grow them. So it is the same thing. Let's be intentional about what we eat, about what we give our children, and about what we surround ourselves with. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you so much, Ma. Again, I think for all of our panelists, we are going to create individual sessions for them. So let's be on the lookout. I will still come back to your WhatsApp and call you and say I've come again. So please, when I come again, accept me the way I am. Accept us the way we are. So we still have to create that session. Yes, we need to grow. Again, you know, Lady Organic has a very interesting story. She used to be in banking and crossed from banking to organic agriculture, which is, I'm sure people must have felt like, why is this person doing this? You know, I can imagine an African mother fighting you, saying, hey, how all the money we sent you to go to school, all the prayer and fasting before you even got the job. We now left the job to go and do farming, to go and live in the farm. How, you know? But I mean, it's a testimony because we're seeing it now. It's doing well, and we pray for the video session. But we need to wrap up. Wines, our organic wines. I'll take Dr. Irekhore one more question. Dr. Irekhore, ma, can I confirm that Dr. Irekhore is with us? Dr. Irekhore, are you here? Okay, I'm not getting a confirmation. Yes. I hope it's not necessary.
Yeah.
It's not clear.
Hello.
Okay, yes, now we have you. Okay, ma. So please, this is not a structured question. I want you to share two tips. I know that you can. It's something you can handle. So, off the top of your head, share 2 or 3 tips that you would tell your younger self about organic agriculture or about living healthy. 2 or 3 tips that you share with your younger self. And I think you should also emphasize that it's not enough to, we had a particular session and the speaker said it's not enough to be doing organic agriculture. You also have to live organically. You have to live a good lifestyle. So I want you to share 2 to 3 tips with us as we wrap up. Please go ahead, ma'am.
Thank you very much. The first one I would say is leloli prete. Saying that organic agriculture is a way of life. You must learn it, love it, live it, preach it, teach it, enhance it, and force it so that I can reap the benefit and all can reap the benefits. That is one. The second one is that I have to do something, grow either crop or livestock to ensure that I eat what I produce. Because the food out there that we eat, we don't know to produce it. And let me just say this. I wish I had gone into organic agriculture 10, 20 years before now, because some of the people I lost to some of the diseases that come through eating conventional foods, I wouldn't have lost them if I had had this knowledge earlier than now. So I wish, I'd gone into organic agriculture maybe 15, 20 years earlier than now. So my younger self would have loved to be an organic farmer. My younger self would have loved to be an organic advocate. And that is why I say that I want everybody to know that organic agriculture breeds life. And I have committed to use all my strength, all my wits, and all my gifts to make everybody to know that organic agriculture is life. Thank you very much.
All right, ma. Thank you very much. Such a powerful commitment. Such a powerful wrap-up. Thank you very much, ma. Okay, so do we have our glasses now? Do we have our glasses? Do we have our water? Or whatever. I have water here. Please let me see everybody. Turn on your video. We must do this toast by to take the final toast, and then we can. Have I lost you, sir?
Okay.
Doctor, sir.
Okay. I assume that you made reference to me. You were lost somewhere. So
okay. Yes, I did, sir.
I toast to great women on this call. I toast to contribution of women to development, growth of organic agriculture. I toast to contribution of women to humanity. All life comes from the women. And they have dedicated all their life, everything they have to the society. I toast to the rural women that cannot buy good clothes for themselves, but they spend all their energy to bring up their children and support them so that they become successful. Sometimes they do not even live to see their successful children. And those children will continue to be proud of their mother. I toast to the contribution of women, and I know that women will continue to show love, and it is love that makes the world go round. Hip, 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 hip.
Hooray!
Hooray!
Hip, 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 hip.
Hooray!
Hooray!
Hip, 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 hip.
Hooray!
Okay, so we have 30 seconds.
Jude, I want to make a small
Hooray!
toast. Okay. Can I make a small one? Can you allow me to make a small toast?
Please do, doctor.
Yes, please. Thank you very much.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Go ahead, ma'am.
Thank you. I want to make a toast.
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead, ma'am.
And the men that have supported us in this forum to get us to where we are. Jude and all your group. Yes, I know you people are not women, but you are feminists. So you have supported us very well, and I want to toast it to you too. And I also want to toast to all the resource persons that are present here with us, because we are the human libraries that have got the moral obligation to pass on what we know to our children, and we must catch them young. So we have to toast it to that. Let's catch them young, and let's not delineate them. because we have given birth to them and we
Wow.
continue to produce. Thank you.